Hi, I'm about to take you on an unforgettable adventure in Flinders Island. This hidden gem in Tasmania is packed with towering mountains, breathtaking beaches and fascinating history. Over 6 amazing days, we'll hike through spectacular landscapes, experience incredible wildlife and stay in super comfy safari-style tents. Get ready for an adventure like no other. This is my first group hiking trek and glamping experience. Our journey kicks off bright and early in Launceston. We hop in a bus and drive to Bridgeport Airport, where we board a tiny plane that will take us to Flinders Island. The flight itself is an adventure. I get to sit up front in the co-pilot seat, which means I have the best views of Tasmania's northern coastline, Lady Barron Island, Flinders Island from the air. It's an amazing way to start the trip. As we descend, Flinders Island comes into view. As soon as we land, we head straight for the beach at all ports. Our very first hike takes us to one of Flinders Island's most famous landmarks, Castle Rock. The Castle Rock Great Short Walk Track is a top 60 great short walks in Tasmania and is recognisable by the marking of a W and a footmark. The walk to Castle Rock is easy and peaceful. And we have fantastic summer weather and calm seas, and you can even see people swimming. An easy 3/4 of an hour walk starts on Old Jetty Beach and meanders through coastal heath and along stunning beaches to the unmissable rock. We head over the headland to Amita Beach. From here, the walk comprises some rock hopping, and we stop to take in the views of the islands offshore and admire the crystal clean beaches.
They're normally bigger in Tasmania.
Yeah, it was pretty big.
Yeah, they're big.
Impressive.
There are numerous sandy beaches to make this a pleasant walk. The path is absolutely filled with beautiful coastal vegetation and beach walking at low tide. The entire track follows a number of markers and signs. While one guide walks with the group, the other drives the bus around to our pickup point. We see a little masked lapwing or plover on the beach and are conscious of not stepping on any of its nests. Then the long sandy beach is negotiated prior to arriving at Castle Rock Point. The dramatic cleft towards the top accentuates the boulder's scone-like appearance. Castle Rock is massive, 3 stories high. It stands among smaller, orange lichen-covered boulders on the stunning shoreline of Marshall Bay. After our first hike, we travel north to Killiecrankie, where our private eco-comfort camp awaits. We wipe our shoes to stop the spread of plant diseases like root rot, which could potentially be brought in and spread on hikers' shoes before entering each day. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This place is incredible. Our safari-style tents are right near the sea. There's a chair outside for everybody. You can take that down to the beach. Small chair. All right, so unzip. I got a single bed. Pretty basic inside. There's a box there to put your shoes in. That's the storage area. Just a bedside table and a bed. We have see-through roofs so we can gaze up at the stars as we fall asleep. After a beautiful dinner prepared by our guides, we head down to the beach to watch the sunset. It's the perfect way to end our first day on Flinders Island. Good morning, day 2. On our second day, we drive to Palana, a tiny town at the northernmost point of the island. Today's hike takes us along the rugged coastline, past enormous sand dunes and out to the spectacular Northeast River. The walk heads out east along the beach, in the general direction of Eden's Reef. The views of the sister islands are unreal. As we walk around the beach, we pass some of the largest sand dunes found on Flinders Island. The way around the coast becomes progressively more challenging. There are larger granite slabs and small sandy coves to clamber over. During the most recent ice age, a land bridge linked Tasmania via a granite ridge to the mainland. Along the way, we explore rock pools. Palana Beach is known for its shells. Just around the corner, we come across a flock of seagulls. We join a sandy four-wheel drive track that takes us off the beach inland a little, and we experience expected light rain. There is unusual foaming trees as a result of the rain along the road. We reach the Northeast River Road and then the majestic Northeast River, a great spot to camp. This is Flinders Island at its wildest, untouched, remote, and completely at the mercy of the elements. We're all wet and we head off back to camp. Day 3 is a circuit hike, heading up Mount Killiecrankie, then to Strzelecki's Bight and around the coast to the dock. The trailhead is at the four-wheel drive only signs on Dock Road, off Palana Road, heading up the eastern flank through low scrub, setting off with water and a beanie in my day pack. Little did I know what a visual treat awaited me. Our first stop is to visit the White-Eyed Man rock formation. It seems every rock brings out images of animals or faces. The track crosses rock platforms with views north to Deal Island and the Kent Group. Out to the east, the sister islands rise, and to the southwest, the flat wetlands of the lagoons, feeding the northeast river stretch to the horizon. As we climb, the track swings beneath giant granite tors. From the 316-metre summit, the view is undoubtedly breathtaking. Mount Strzelecki stands tall, a sentinel 60 kilometres to the south. Below, Killiecrankie Bay shimmers with azure hues. The climb is a bit challenging, but the reward at the top is beyond words. Commanding views over the coast and Killiecrankie Bay. After taking in the sights, we make our way down via the Diamond Gully Trail. We spot driftwood signage indicating the fork to Strzelecki's Bight. As we descend from the peak, the track traverses dense she oak and eucalyptus woodland, scrambling over rocks and through the bush. We eventually see the distinctly shaped Wombat Rock. We hit the four-wheel drive trail and descend to Strzelecki's Bight, where we stop for a well-earned lunch. The beach here is perfect for a refreshing swim in the crystal and very cold water. I give it a miss. But it seems that everybody in Killiecrankie has rocked up. To our right, the striking old man's head emerges from the cliff face. We continue our journey. The track dips and weaves among the rocky outcrops, adorned with slabs of remnant limestone. We visit the rock climbing camp before continuing on. On the eastern flank, the sheer wall beckons experienced rock climbers. The afternoon takes us along rugged coastal paths, weaving through granite outcrops to a secret gem known as the Docks. It's one of the most stunning places on the island. Steep cliffs, bright orange lichen-covered boulders, and waves crashing against the rocks. Just when we thought we couldn't get more astounded, the first cove of the dock appears. Serene crescent beaches are flanked by frontal dunes. Their hardy grasses glowing golden in the afternoon light. After soaking in the beauty, we head up the washed out road back to the bus and back to camp, where our guides prepare an amazing dinner. After watching the sunrise, on day 4, we explore a different side of the island, the east coast. We start at Patriarch Inlet, and I noticed the thousands of red crabs lining the shoreline. We take a short, easy walk to Red Bluff, a bright red rock formation that stands out against the blue sky. Day 5 is the biggest challenge of the trip, hiking up Mount Strzelecki, the highest peak on Flinders Island. We set off early to get to the top. The climb is steep and takes us through different landscapes, from eucalypt forests to alpine scrub and even an enchanted cloud forest. The higher we climb, the more spectacular the views become. When we finally reached the top, we're treated to an absolutely breathtaking 360-degree view of the island, Bass Strait, and even mainland Tasmania. It's one of the most rewarding hikes I've ever done. After taking plenty of photos, we carefully descend. I need a well-earned rest from the knee-jarring downhill sections. Every night at camp, we watch the sunset. It's the perfect way to relax after a big day of exploring. On our last morning, we take a slow, peaceful walk along Bluff Beach, soaking up the final moments of this beautiful place. We head to White Mark Coastal Reserve, where we start Bluff Track Fitness Trail to the White Mark Jetty. Our next walk starts at Fotheringay Beach. We head down to the beach just to check out the rocks and yesterday's walk of Mount Strzelecki, and we have experienced the red lichen and great views. This is another of Tasmania's great 60 short walks. We then set off on one final hike, Trousers Point. The trail winds along the coast, offering incredible views of the ocean, mountains, and nearby islands. No one quite knows why it's called Trousers Point, but there are two theories as indicated in this signpost. Mount Chapel Island in the distance is renowned for the largest and deadliest tiger snakes. We even have time for one last swim before lunch. After a bit of free time, we pack up and head to Lady Baron Town to board our small plane for the scenic flight back to Bridport. Our guide convinces the pilot to go via a scenic way. And we get to view an old wreck off Cape Barren Island. This trip has been absolutely unforgettable, from towering mountains to hidden beaches, from deep history to sleeping under the stars. Flinders Island is a place like no other. If you're looking for an adventure filled with beauty, challenge, credible memories, this is the trip for you. I'd definitely recommend it to anyone thinking about visiting. I know I'll certainly be back.
Good catch.